Hello and welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, presented by the Retail Solution Providers Association's niche and startup ISV community. I'm Jim Roddy, the president and CEO of the RSPA. We are so glad that you are here today with us. If you're not familiar with the RSPA, we're North America's largest community of VARs, independent software vendors, aka ISVs, hardware vendors, service providers, and distributors in the retail, restaurant, grocery, and cannabis verticals. So we're a fit for any organization that's serious about growth in those markets. And many companies have been members for decades, and we frequently add startup tech companies because we accelerate their growth and they see the massive ROI that RSPA membership offers. If you're serious about growth in the retail IT channel, email us at what you see in the lower left-hand corner on your screen there. The email address is membership@gorspa.org. That will not be the last time I mention that email address today. All right, so before some of our software developer members spill the tea about what they're up to, the RSPA has a few highlights and updates to share with you. First, our two big events in 2024. On the left, save the date for Retail Now. That's our annual trade show, education conference, and networking event back in Vegas, July 28th through 30th at the Paris Hotel. We expect over 1,500 retail technology solution providers to be attending. And again, we always say Retail Now is where the industry meets because it's where everybody from our distributors, our vendors, software companies, VARs, service providers, payment companies all get together and collaborate. So again, save the date for that, July 28th through 30th back in Vegas. And then before that, RSPA Inspire, our annual leadership conference. That's set for January 28th through 31st. You want to register now. You want to get your hotel room now. We are like 96 or 97% sold out of our discounted room blocks. So if you want to save some money being able to attend this event, that is what you want to do, is make sure you visit the website that you see there, gorspa.org/inspire. Great lineup that we've put together. It's all from the community, by the community, sharing best practices, sharing what's around the corner. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about is surcharging and cash discounting. We're going to be talking about AI, robotics. We're going to talk about company culture. How do you build it? How do you retain employees? Tying in with that is compensation. We're going to do a dive into there. And it's not like your typical conference where you have people on stage one after the other after the other. We have our community sharing their best practices, starting the conversation, then it's followed by workshops. So it's networking galore, from the Sunday welcome reception to the workshops that we have Monday through Wednesday morning, and then the afternoon sessions on or off the resort. That's why we call it networking nirvana. So if you've never been to Inspire, 2024 is the year to go. Again, Puerto Rico, it's fairly easy to get to, and we would love to see you there. And if you've been to Inspire, you know what I'm talking about. There is no event that is like it. All right, and then also want to give an update on RSPA Academy Accelerate, and along with that, the education advisory services. We'll start with the advisory services first. Because we have so many courses on RSPA Academy Accelerate, it's hard to navigate through, right? And so we have Kathy Meter, who is our VP of Educational Services. She's a certified training instructor, and so she will collaborate with you on some of the best courses that would fit for your company and your needs. Compliance training is something that's usually big at the end of the year, beginning of the year. You want to remind your employees of that compliance training every year. We have all sorts of courses related to that, a lot of industry-specific courses as well. And then for a limited time, all courses on RSPA Academy Accelerate are free of charge for RSPA members. So you remember that magic email address, membership@gorspa.org. Send that, say you're interested in RSPA Academy Accelerate, and we'll make sure to connect you with Kathy Meter, and she will help you get the training, the guidance, and the knowledge that your organization needs for 2024 and beyond. All right, before we get going, I also want to make sure we thank our annual sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is BlueStar. Our gold sponsors are CoCard, Heartland, ScanSource, and Star Micronics. Silver sponsors are Elo, Epson, Ingenico, MicroTouch, and Truist. And our bronze sponsors for 2023, AutoStars, CRS, DataCap, DataLogic, Evo, Fortis, Ingram Micro, Kitchen Armor, PayIQ, Shift4, TD Synnex, and Toshiba. I love being out of breath when I get to the end of that. Maybe I should go see my doctor about that. But I love being out of breath because we have so many of our vendor distributor partners who are supportive of the RSPA community. So thank you everybody so much for your support in 2023. And if you want to sponsor the RSPA in 2024, now's the time to get on board to do that. We also want to thank our niche and startup ISV community sponsors, APG, BlueStar, Epson, Ingenico, MagTech, MS Cashflow, PayIQ, ScanSource, Star, and Toshiba. All right, so here's how RSPA ISV Spill the Tea is going to work. Executives from software developer companies representing a variety of verticals will showcase their offerings in 90-second segments. This gives you a chance to quickly meet potential new partners who can accelerate your growth. And after these ISVs introduce themselves, you can participate in an open forum roundtable discussion. Again, great chance for you to ask clarifying questions and discover new ISVs in just a matter of minutes. All right, leading us off today and spilling the first glass of tea here for ISV Spill the Tea, we have Jason at Fetch. Jason, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. Great to be here. My name's Jason Jeffries. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Fetch. We are an enterprise platform that offers a suite of mobile guest-facing solutions that simply plug into POS, PMS, loyalty, and payments. And we drive efficiency, we increase revenue, and we offer a better guest experience. I think the biggest problem we see in the hospitality industry today is staff shortages. And really what our kind of DNA, if you like, at Fetch is ensuring that customers can operate with less staff, that efficiency piece is the most important thing to us. We're a global business. Our head of partnerships for North America is Joe Finizio, who many of you who will know well. Our products, just to go through some of those, our products include a pay at table product where diners can simply scan the QR code, they can get the check on the phone, and they can pay and go. So super efficient, helps table turns and increase revenue. We have an order and pay product, which is very popular with restaurants that have outside patio areas and sports bars. We've even recently won a project in Vegas to put QR codes on gaming machines. We also have a digital tipping product, which we're seeing is really starting to get popular now with the cashless society that we live in. It's quite embarrassing you don't have cash in your pocket to tip. And then we also have a feedback product, which allows real-time feedback on food, service, that type of thing. All our systems are very modular, so it can be a sort of pick and mix. We're really keen, Joe is keen to look for partners who can represent us in the United States. Oh, I think that was the timer. So thank you for your time.
Yes, wonderful. Yeah, thank you very much. And Jason, and again, you got two great guys on your team. Like you said, Joe Finizio, and then I know you're working with Ray Carlin as well. So great guys. Kudos on having a great product and for having them as part of your team.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, and thanks for leading off spilling the tea. All right, next we have Jean-Luc from Quetzal. John, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. Some of you already know Quetzal POS. It's been around for over a decade. My business partner, Nerthan, and I bought Quetzal almost a year ago today. And we did so because it is one of the most elegant, easy to use point of sale systems out there. We wanted to have a very robust, easy to support iPad-based point of sale. And when Quetzal POS became available, we jumped on it. Quetzal was specifically designed for fashion retailing. It supports size, style, color. It runs natively on the iPad, so it works offline, or it can run on the Firefox browser on any computer. It supports 10 languages, 9 currencies, and up to 3 tax rates. And it is payment agnostic. It's integrated with Star Micronics, Epson, Seiko, and Zebra label printers. And it uses the iPad's built-in camera to scan UPC codes. Quetzal's reporting tools provide insight on sales trends and inventory turnover and customer behavior. It features a flexible and customizable promotion system, allowing retailers to quickly implement various discount strategies, including percentage discounts, buy one, get one free offers, or bundle promotions. The user interface was designed for store associates who have little to no technical expertise and allows them to easily navigate and leverage features with about 20 minutes of training and practice. Over the last year, our dev team has been poring over the code while Nathan and I have been talking to existing and potential customers. And believe me, there are many, many potential customers in this market. So now for today, I'm very excited to share with you that we are launching our reseller program. We will provide a 40% discount on the cost of a monthly subscription per new activation per store location, exclusively to members of the RSPA. And as I said earlier, if you were listening, we are payment agnostic. So if you are partnered with a payment provider, this is a great opportunity to lock in retailers at a very low monthly rate. If you are interested, please get in touch with me as soon as you can. Thank you. And thank you, Jim. I heard the music.
Great, thank you, Jean-Luc, and thanks for announcing a special partner program offered to RSPA members today. Really appreciate your longtime support of the association.
My pleasure, thank you.
All right, let's welcome next to ISV Spill the Tea, Mark from Forgenix. Hey, Mark, how have you been?
Good, Jim, and yourself?
Wonderful.
All right, I'll jump right in. Everybody, thanks for being here and thanks for listening. I'm here from Forgenix, and what we do is we do computer/cybersecurity. And it doesn't matter the type of incidents. Most of what you're probably used to hearing people talk about is credit card data incidents, so PCI-related incidents. But we also handle other things such as computer misuse. We've got software to help you analyze if your employees have done something bad on a computer, or if you've seen a vendor doing something on your network that's a little bit suspicious as well. So we have tools that can help you see what's been going on. We've been doing this for many years. We've been in the business since about 2006. Since PCI really was the beginning is what really brought our company to life, but we work in all verticals. It doesn't matter if you're hospitality or fuel or you name it, we work in all the different verticals, and it doesn't matter which part of your network as well. It might be your website, it may, for card not present, it may be card present for PMS or food and beverage, you name it, whichever one of your systems it is within your environment, we can help you find an intruder or find an employee and figure out the details of specifically what's happened on the network. Our response time is truly one of the things that we really are proud of, the way that we respond to things, and we can do it quickly to help you find out what's going on and help you get to the bottom of it. But we also explain it back to you in plain English at that point. You don't need to worry about the technology and how it specifically works or what a bad guy or a bad girl did. What you're after is figuring out what happened, stop it from happening, and know the specific facts behind it. So our software is really there to help you get in front of those types of things. And if you're a service provider, it's the attackers know these days, the past 3 years running has been attack the service provider. So being a service provider who has a security tool in place to help protect your customers really gives you that vantage point up front as well to help protect what's going on within your environment. So that's our spiel. Thank you for joining us today.
Great, Mark. Thanks for sharing information on Forgenix, and thanks for your past support. I know you've provided some education to our members about security in the past as well. So again, thanks for your continued support of the RSPA.
You bet. Thank you.
Next on ISV Spill the Tea, we have Dennis at Local Express. Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Good morning, folks. Thanks for inviting Local Express and this opportunity to talk to you folks and introduce us. Local Express, we were founded in 2017. We're headquartered in Glendale, California. Our core business revolves around becoming a branded omni-channel technology solution, revolving around e-commerce for those primary vertical markets and niche markets that you see on the screen there. Our solution revolves around an ecosystem that revolves around e-commerce, out of store with regards to web and mobile, and also an in-store solution that has been very active and popular for us in 2023, and we expect in 2024 with regards to in-store kiosks, self-service for ordering from food service, maybe delis, bakeries, any of that in terms of catering has been very active with us. Everything revolves around an omni-channel solution with the POS systems we work with, either through an API or it could be through an FTP server that we work with the stores. For all that, everything revolves around that omni-channel of the POS systems that we work with. Our platform also works with a delivery, last mile delivery. It consists of delivery as an agnostic with large players from the DoorDashes and Uber Eats of the world, all the way down to independents. And we could also work with the store's delivery platform as well with a separate app. And we also have shipping, and we could take pickup as well. And the other thing that we provide is marketing tech support services. In our marketing, because a lot of the independent stores that we work with do need those services. And we provide a complete CRM of all the data that they collect, and we help them try to digest all that information. Thank you very much, and I'll be glad to talk to anyone else with regards to our reseller and our referral program. Thank you again.
Excellent, wonderful. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for being here. And again, thanks for supporting the reseller channel. All right, next up, we have Jason Burge from Big Commerce. Jason, welcome to RSPA's ISV Spill the Tea.
Thanks so much for having me. Yes, Jason Burge. I work with our point of sale partners at Big Commerce, listed as Big C on the NASDAQ. E-commerce is never easy, especially enterprise. Big Commerce simplifies complex e-commerce to engage, attract, and convert more shoppers, expand merchants' businesses faster with less complexity, and offer more freedom and lower cost than other e-commerce solutions. With over 70,000 clients like Procter & Gamble, BMW, Solo Stove, Skull Candy, we serve international brands, but our e-commerce tech is simple and affordable enough for even the smallest retailers looking to get started in online selling. We're the best fit on the market for B2C and B2B brands that want to modernize and scale. We also work with brands that our competitors won't, that sell regulated goods such as alcohol and CBD, and we're part of the MOC Alliance to enhance adoption of composable infrastructures, headless commerce, things of that nature. BigCommerce is also the most flexible and adaptable solution on the market for point of sale. With most point of sale platforms already integrated, there's no effort to begin providing a seamless end-to-end commerce solution for your clients. And unlike some of our competitors, we are agnostic to point of sale, payment technology, and all other adjacent applications, allowing an unprecedented freedom in creating the ideal e-commerce ecosystem. Whether they're just getting started in e-commerce or an established brand, BigCommerce is the best partner for multi-channel retailers. Today's businesses need to move quickly. They have to be able to test new strategies, stay agile, and innovate on the fly. That means they need a platform that doesn't hold them back, a platform with high performance, freedom, and expert support. Enterprise e-commerce simplified. That's BigCommerce. And please email me if you have any questions. I work directly with our partners, so I can help anyone here.
Wonderful, thank you, Jason. We appreciate you spilling the tea, and really appreciate the variety that you see in the first 5 ISVs who presented today, the diversity that we have in terms of the solutions that they present. So, all right, we are exactly halfway through our featured ISV presentations. As we mentioned, as some of the presenters have alluded to, you can reach out to them directly, or the RSPA member services team is happy to make introductions to these companies or any one of our over 730 member companies. Just email membership@gorspa.org to open up all those potential partnerships opportunity. All right, let's get back to spilling some tea. Next, we have representing vLoyal, we have Peter Vogel. Hey, Peter, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Hey, Jim, how are you? Great to be here.
Great to have you.
Yeah, and we're brand new. We've only been in the RSPA for about a month, so we're especially psyched to be on our first episode of Spill the Tea.
Beautiful. What do you have for our audience today, Peter?
Well, vLoyalty is an ISV, and we have a patented loyalty technology. And what that loyalty technology does is it enables the merchant to recognize the credit card and actually save it in the terminal to make loyalty programs much more automated and easy, seamless for everyone to use. So how that looks is when a consumer goes into a store, they pay with a credit card. Our system, which is embedded within the terminal, checks and sees if that person is already a member of the loyalty program. If they are, they just automatically track them and reward the points. If they're not, they display a message on the terminal that says, hey, it looks like you're not in our loyalty program yet. Would you like to join? They're then prompted to enter their mobile phone number and opt in to get mobile messaging. Once all that happens, they're now members of the loyalty program, and their credit card has been remembered as a token in the terminal. And from that point forward, the counter person never again has to say, are you in our loyalty program? Have you heard of so-and-so? What's your phone number? Everything happens automated. So what's attractive about the program is it makes it so enrollment happens automatically right in the terminal without prompting from the counter people. The tracking is automated, so you mitigate or completely eliminate missed transactions. And then all of the tracking is just done automatically. The third part of that merchants really like is that members are opting into mobile messaging, and they're doing that in a TCPA compliant way. So the merchant has now developed a list, a whole audience of people they can market to via text that were anonymous to them prior to this. And we believe this makes terminals incredibly sticky. So this is great for resellers, distributors of terminals who want their merchants to keep their terminals longer or to stay with them and just upgrade and not switch. So we make switching is a very high cost once you have a loyalty program of thousands, tens of thousands of people all tied to that loyalty program to that terminal. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Peter, and thanks again for joining the association, and looking forward to many more, not just months, but years ahead of working with you and having you part of our community. So thanks
100%.
for spilling the tea.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Next, we have from MConnect, we have Seishu. Seishu, welcome to RSPA ISV Spill the Tea. Oh, Seishu, I think you need to unmute yourself.
Sorry about that.
There we go. Hey, welcome. Yeah, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, Seishu.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Chris. Morning, everyone. I'm Seishu Matabushi. I'm the founder of MConnect, based here in Dallas. We are an enterprise customer engagement platform, primarily in the hospitality and the retail, specifically in the grocery and the C-stores. So our platform enables brands to keep a tab of how they are interacting or how the customers are interacting with that brand through multiple channels, coming up with the right message at the right time, based on some AI tools that we have actually embedded. Again, as I said, it's more to do with how to keep a customer informed about the right kind of coupons, the right channel, and all those things. We have more than 15 to 20 integrations all the way from social media to reputation to point of sale systems. And also we are a modular in structure in the sense that like we can plug and play any online ordering platforms or use our own online ordering platforms or loyalty programs and those kind of things. Our specific area that we actually work is like in the tobacco and the liquor stores, where we provide coupons from manufacturers and ability to submit this data to these manufacturers, so the retailers are getting discounts and also getting paid, and also the end customers are getting the right discounts. So we are actually looking for point of sale vendors or point of sale to partner with, and also with other ISVs where they could be part of our ecosystem in terms of providing the right customer engagement platform to end customers as well as to the retail partners as well. So again, happy to answer any questions. This is my contact information here. You can reach me at any point of time. We'll be more than happy to provide any information you might be interested in.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today, Seishu. And thanks again to MConnect for being part of the association.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Jeff Sanders from Union. And I feel like I need to clarify, longtime RSPA members will be like, wait, Jeff Sanders from Southwest POS in San Diego, he switched companies? Nope, this is a different Jeff Sanders. As our association grows, we end up having folks with the exact same name. So I guess Jeff Sanders, I don't want to say junior because then people will be like, are they related? But Jeff Sanders from Union, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me today. Yeah, Union, we're having fun over here, right? We're really the first hyper-focused tech platform focusing in nothing but high-volume bars and restaurants, right? We were born in 2009, so we're not a new kid on the block, yet we're very nimble, flexible with the best of them. I would say that we do stay laser focused on our ideal client profile, which is listed there, to move hospitality forward. We focus on creating a better guest experience for high volume venues, right? We do this by providing a ferocious platform. Whether you have one customer with one guest check open or 8,000 in a given moment, there's zero lag on Union. It is ferocious, right? We truly built it that way. We look at our point of sale really as a VOS, right? A venue operating system. We're not just a point of sale. Nobody needs to go to a point of sale today to take a payment, right? They're all in everybody's hands when they walk into the venue. We believe that owners need real partners, right, that are dedicated to their craft and focus on helping them. How do you do it? By creating easier shifts for bartenders and servers, happier customers, and ultimately making them more money. That's what Union is, right? The harmony of the hustle where everybody's winning. The pure definition of Union, however, is really uniting guests with brands at our venues. We accomplish this by having a native application on Union that allows guests to use their mobile device, both for menu as well as ordering. We speed up the level of service and remove the bottlenecks, right? And we also reward the guest with promotions paid by Union when they go to a venue on Union. When a guest engages with that reward, we see an incredible spike in the average ticket, upward of 70% for these venues. The guest wins, the venue wins, and truly, obviously, Union's winning as well. We are payment agnostic, right? And I would love to talk to anyone that's on here about our referral program. Thanks so much, Jim.
Excellent. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you spilling the tea about Union. All right, next up on ISV Spill the Tea, you'll be able to hear him talk about One POS now, and then if you attend RSPA Inspire annual leadership conference, you'll be able to hear him on stage as well. Brian Edwards, again, at One POS. Hey, Brian, always good to talk to you.
Hey, you too, Jim. Thanks for having us. So I think One POS is really one of the best kept secrets in the hospitality point of sale space. I mean, we've been around for over 20 years, and we were just acquired a couple of years ago by a big publicly traded company. And I think we lead the industry in a couple of unique ways. We have a unique cloud hybrid architecture, and we also run on pretty much any hardware. We have native applications for Windows devices, iPads, and Android tablets. And I really like that we include a lot of extras with our software at no additional cost. So things like gift card service, cloud-based labor scheduling, online ordering, and more just come with our software at no additional charge. And we've got a nice variety of reseller programs as well. Whether you want to do all of your own support or none of your own support, or maybe you just want to answer the phones until 6 o'clock and have the night and weekend calls roll over to our 24/7 call center, we've got you covered. And all of our payments go through a gateway that interfaces with every processor. So we do play nice in that regard. And we also have support for other cool stuff like dual pricing, PMS integration for room charges, and more. I mean, I was personally an independent reseller for over 10 years. So I'd be happy to, talk to anybody who's interested in maybe picking up an additional or maybe their first hospitality point of sale product. Thanks for having me.
Great, and thanks for joining us today, Brian. And I'm going to allude to it in a little bit. A big shift that we're seeing is a lot of VARs are looking to get into new verticals as well. So thanks for making that offer. All right, to make today's ISV Spill the Tea a perfect 10, we have our 10th software company of the day. We have Sam from NRS. Hey, Sam, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Hey, Jim. Thanks, everyone, and thanks for inviting us to our first Spill the Tea here. I'm Sam Kahan, Director of Sales with National Retail Solutions. We're a publicly traded company, a subsidiary of IDT. NRS started over 7 years ago. We're primarily in the retail space. We have over 27,000 active customers all over the US, and we recently expanded into Canada. The nice thing is we have a multitude of products that our resellers can sell. We pay top of the line in the industry. There's no caps on commission, no exclusive territories. As you can see, we're in the grocery store, the C-store space, retail. We have the #1 scan data program that ties directly to the largest tobacco program, including level 3. We also have our own cannabis software that's catered to the marijuana industry, as well as some other niche markets, as you can see here. We have direct integration at Uber for e-commerce and deliveries. We have a tablet solution and kiosk that recently came out, payment processing and funding with dual pricing. As well as what's coming out next month, our EV charging. We also have a solution for non-branded gas stations, and we're also going to include EV charging and all the signage and everything for a one-stop solution for everything. All our resellers make upfront commissions as well as ongoing residuals. We pay top of the line in the industry, and we're always happy to talk to everybody. And as you come on board with us, you have a dedicated channel manager on the team. They work with you day to day to help train you, provide marketing materials, help provide demos in the beginning if you need, to help close the deals for everybody. And we look forward to continue being a part of RSPA.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sam. Again, thanks for your support of the association and of the reseller channel. All right, so we're going to take a minute here to let our audience prepare their questions. Again, find the question function there on GoToWebinar. Should be in the upper right hand panel on most laptops. But again, if you're working on an iPad or your phone or something, it might be a little bit different. Again, get your questions in. If you want to share your perspective, if you just want to make a comment, again, use that question function. Again, just a friendly reminder, save the date for Retail Now next July in Vegas, and make sure you register for RSPA Inspire, our annual leadership conference that's coming up in January. All right, we're going to ask our featured guests to turn on their video cameras and unmute themselves. It's going to help you and the audience know who's answering the question here. And again, happy to start anywhere the audience would like. Just drop your question in. Again, any idea, comment, or thought based on what you heard today or anything that's going on in the retail IT industry. Again, ask your question through the GoToWebinar platform, and then I will call on you and we'll be able to unmute you. So get those questions in, please. So my first question, I'm happy to have whoever wants to take this first and whoever wants to weigh in. The RSPA on Monday, we had a focus group. So a lot of VARs, ISVs, and vendors there. And again, I want to get your take. So here's what came out of the focus group. I'd say about 3/4 of the VARs, they had a growth year in 2023. They're anticipating growth in 2024. About 1/4 of the VARs had a flat year in 2023. They're expecting the same in 2024. A lot of those folks were in the restaurant hospitality space. And a lot of vendors, they were flattered down in 23, and then they're talking about like maybe inclining on cutting back on some of their activities in 2024. But it seemed like one of the takeaways was, hey, wait a second, if VARs are looking to add new products, that was the other thing that came out. All the VARs were saying, we are looking to add new solutions. We're looking to get into additional verticals. They don't just want to stay in one vertical, right? So should 2024 be the year that vendors double down on their marketing and business development because those VARs are so aggressively looking at their new solutions, right? So the vendors who invest in 2024, even though their own personal budgets might be tight, they're really investing in their future. And those who aren't investing, they're going to be giving away market share to their competition because they're trying to batten down the hatches when their quote unquote buyer, the VAR, is looking for new partners. So again, that's what came out of the focus group. And this is the first time we're kind of like throwing it out to the public and saying, what do you guys think of that? So who would want to take that first? And as many folks as want to weigh in, we're happy to do that.
I'm happy to.
I can take a stab.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. You go first.
Oh, again, the way I look at it is looking at the macroeconomic trends, right? Like the consumer spending, they are predicting it to go down, right? So from a restaurants or the retail perspective, you need to look at two. Again, when I look at VARs, they have to look at value-added services from two perspectives. One is how whatever products or services that can help their clients to grow business in terms of like the top growth, and also on the cost side of things in terms of reducing it, right? So I would still, given the fact that the customers are going to look at penny pinching or even basically reducing their spend, focusing on these two aspects, like obviously talking from an Micronics perspective, where we can increase the restaurant sales or the retail sales in terms of providing the right kind of message to the right audience at the right time using the right channel kind of a thing. That would actually help VARs to offer services or products that can actually benefit their clients, given the fact that, again, that's one of the macroeconomic trends, at least that's what I've been reading in terms of the reduce in the spend from a customer's standpoint of view, at least in 2024.
Got it. Great. Thank you for that. Yeah, so you've got to lean into the macroeconomic trends as opposed to fighting against them. So who else wants to weigh in on, again, VARs looking for, even if they're flat or growing, they're looking for new solutions, new verticals, and is now the time for vendors to invest instead of battening down the hatches? Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I mean, I would just add that it's all about ROI at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people claim to deliver ROI, but you know, to Seshu's point, I think you know, vendors have got to deliver you know, a real return on investment quickly for customers who are, you know, cash strapped because of the global economics.
Got it. Thank you. Peter, I saw you raise your hand. You want to go next?
Yeah, thank you. We have a slightly different outlook, I think, and ours is more based on the evolving kind of tech landscape. Our loyalty technology works most seamlessly with the Android smart terminals, and those are being rolled out kind of starting over the last year or two, but not in a huge way. And we see next year and the year after is when lots and lots of small, medium-sized, and enterprise merchants are going to be upgrading to these Android terminals. So for us as a company, we're doubling down on marketing and business development efforts because we see the landscape that we target is growing a lot in the next 2 years. So for us, it's not necessarily the economic conditions, but for us, it's the technology landscape is evolving. We're finally at the point where it's kind of an inflection period for us, where our audience base and prospects are growing significantly in the next 24 months.
Got it. Interesting. All right, so I've Jeff Sanders, then Brian, then Dennis.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I think the earlier question was marketing. We're in a double down scenario here. I think the evolution of tech, as Peter was talking about, it goes right down to the people that are walking in the front door, and they've got the technology on them already. So I think the years of purchasing heavy hardware and having huge budgets to pay for those things are gone. Right? You literally could utilize the device that's walking in your front door and make that a revenue generator. If I can create 28 or 25 or whatever the percentage is on our leverage, it's 28% across our portfolio of an increased ticket just by engaging the guest device, meaning their own personal Android or iPhone. If I could get an extra 25% on the guests that are coming to my venue in an economic downfall, I'm still winning as a venue. And if I can get my servers to go further and do more and save on the labor costs, I'm doubling down on that. So from our perspective, we see it a little differently. We believe that tech is really not restrictive. We believe that it's everywhere and the evolution is here. So it's time to double down and really get that in front of the right end user.
Got it. So yeah, when change is happening, you got to be there for it. Brian next, and then Dennis.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of activity on our side from a reseller onboarding standpoint. I think a lot of that's due to all the consolidation in our space over the last several years. You know, a lot of times when things like that happen, it takes anywhere from 6 months to 3 to 5 years for that to really impact the channel at those companies. And I think now we're starting to see the results of that super heavy M&A activity over the last several years to at least my company's benefit. And I think it's important to just make sure that we're keeping up and offering like the cutting edge stuff that everybody wants. So.
Thank you, Brian. Dennis.
Yeah, I just want to put my 2 cents into this. What Local Express has done going into 2023, going into 2024 as well, is that we started looking and talking to the grocery stores and other food and retailers in terms of what are some of the issues. So we looked at operations in terms of their staff and what would be more efficient in terms of using technology. So we started to install and helping out in the deli, bakery, and catering area, like a kiosk, maybe a tabletop or freestanding, or actually tablets that the staff could use, where the staff's time could be used for more efficient time in terms of preparing the foods, but allowing the technology to make the orders, take payments, let the shoppers go ahead, continue shopping, get a text alert, pick up their order, and go to the cashier stand. So there's options, and we try to look at operations and trying to save some costs, create some efficiency with our technology, and we'll continue to do that in 24 with the help of with the VARs.
Great, thank you. And so I see Jason and then Sam. I feel like I'm at an auction here. All right, here we go next. So Jason, if you want to weigh in here, and then Sam.
certainly, you know, we're very focused on retail, and re-platforming hasn't been as strong as it has been in the past, but what we've seen is a lot of growth in B2B, in space where you have wholesalers that are also selling direct to consumer. That's been our biggest area of growth. And in addition, our product economics is designed to add sales channels, whether they're adding TikTok or something on Google or Meta. We're able to create an easy way for them to add channels. So it's a spend that's going to, you know, open up more sales for them. And so that's where we've seen the most growth.
Great, thank you. And then Sam, you want to finish up this question? Then I have one more that I'll start with Jean-Luc and Mark on. We have time for one more question. Sam, what's your take on that?
Yep. Thanks, Jim. And to double down on what some of the members said, you know, NRS is heavily investing in employees and technology, you know, especially in our VAR channel. Pretty much all our products are in-house, so that allows the VARs from payroll to delivery to funding to processing, everything. They can provide one solution to the small and medium-sized businesses. You know, as you know, everyone talks about, you know, recession. You know, we primarily work with the small and medium businesses. Most people, they want to spend money in the what we call the mom and pop smaller stores, and you know, because they know you walk in, they might give you a pack of marbles. They'll know your lotto numbers. You know, they know everyone in the community. So you know, that's where we heavily invested in all the technology. And you know, with our reseller channel, they can go in, you know, they can sell everything from, they might have their own ATMs and security, and then they can bundle everything. So it really is a one-stop solution. And, you know, we've seen, you know, with having all those products that, you know, a merchant owner has, especially having, you know, ID scanning reduces their liquor liability, you know, that increases the, you know, average ticket, you know, that the consumer pays.
Great, thank you, Sam. And I guess to put a button on all this in terms of, sounds like, again, the 8 folks who answered talking about, no, we're investing more in our reseller channel. We're going to be investing more in expanding and growing. To quote the late, great Steve Kuntz, again, who just passed away a little over a month ago, the BlueStar CEO. I remember talking to him in 2009. There were all the recession fears, and he just said, I'm choosing not to participate in the recession, right? I'm going to see this as an opportunity for me. While everybody else is sitting still or moving backwards, I'm going to move forward, and that certainly paid off for him and BlueStar. Big time. So, all right, our last question that we have, and again, Mark and Jean-Luc, I'm hoping you guys can start off the answer to this. How do you see AI impacting your business and the merchants who you serve? So what do you think artificial intelligence is going to be? Mark, you want to take that one first, and then Jean-Luc, what do you see the impact of AI on your business and merchants?
That's a good question. From an AI point of view, there's going to be so many different angles that come to customers within the next year. Being able to do it on your personal front of what Google is offering versus what ChatGPT is offering. So there's going to be so many people accessing it in different ways and learning. This is such a new technology, and everybody's going to be learning it differently. So there's going to be more people in their devices and looking for opportunities of trying to find information. Some of it's dated, some of it's not. So we're in a big learning curve of everybody learning what they can do with it. Some of it being dangerous of people abusing it, of course, is what we're looking at. But at the same time, there's so much opportunity saying, hey, I want to find a store that provides this with this and this, and vent it all together and find that opportunity. So there's so many things that when you can combine and figure out what a customer wants, I think being able to listen to what they're looking for, whether you're getting it from the front side from an application or the back side when a customer walking in saying, hey, I made it to your door because AI told me this, is going to be a huge opportunity. So as people are learning, it's our turn to be listening to how they're getting this information.
Yeah, I was going to say general tech guys are like, ooh, AI exciting. Tech security guys are like, ooh, dangerous, right? New thing, we got to figure out how to protect ourselves. Awesome, thank you, Mark. Jean-Luc, AI, what's its impact you see?
Thank you, Jim. I think it's a big concern. I think, you know, the tricky part with using AI is convincing people that they're not using AI. So if a customer feels like they're being played by an AI engine, then it's basically it's game over. Using AI, though, that being said, I think it's crucial to businesses that want to stay ahead of the curve. We have a lot of customers that are small, retirees who've started a bricks and mortar store. Maybe, you know, they tend to be in the right place at the right time, like they tend to be in vacation communities, you know, and they get a lot of walk-through traffic. Maybe AI is not going to be that important to them, but somebody who is connected, who wants to use their store and also be online and then do a lot of social influencing. AI is going to be very, very important. But like I said earlier, it's got to be done right. And when people feel like they're being played or they're being influenced by AI, I don't think it's gonna work very well. So it's got to be. I would say it's just got to be done right. And the best way to do that is to start playing around with it, use it in your marketing, but then check it. Don't think that the AI is going to be the end all, it's going to be the panoply of solutions for you. You really have to check it. And I've been playing around with it. Some of the material that it produces is clunky. It's just terrible. So I think it's still in its infancy, but the power is definitely there.
Great, thank you. We might be able to get a couple more folks to weigh in on this. Who else wants to weigh in on AI's impact? So Jason Jeffries, Brian Edwards, and then Seshu, you can have the final word.
Yeah, just was interested to sort of feedback where we are with AI. So yeah, I agree with Jean-Luc. You need to use it in the right way. We've been experimenting with ChatGPT in our feedback tool. So if someone has a bad experience in a restaurant, the AI starts asking them why and sort of drills down, and it helps pull out that sort of data, which obviously our customers find very valuable. And again, we're looking at using it for some of our ordering, guest ordering. So it starts kind of offering them bundle deals, promotions, menu items that they know that they like from obviously sort of their profile and that type of thing. So yeah, I think for us it's going to help augment existing solutions, and we're just carefully kind of treading down that road.
Thank you, Jason. Brian?
Yeah, so I think it's interesting to see in the restaurant space how there's some companies now that are doing like AI-based ordering at drive-throughs and things like that. I think a few ways that we're implementing it that's been working pretty well. We started about 6 months ago with a GPT-powered chat service on our support site. And, of course, we updated our on-hold call recording to let people know they can go online and get chat support. And we're launching, I think, later this month, the ability to receive that same chat support via text. So our support can be provided that way as well, at kind of the client's convenience. And I think it's important as an ISV that we offer that like to our reseller partners also. So we're working on allowing them to put that on their own website. But I think that it's important to try to find where that fine line is of pushing people too hard to use a solution like that before it's like really fleshed out. You've got to make sure to feed it all your knowledge-based articles, things like that. We have a weekly meeting where we review the questions that are asked and the answers that were given and make sure that those are on point, and they're not always on point. It's getting better and better every week, but I think when you roll something like that out, it's important to kind of take baby steps, monitor it super closely, and not really roll it out in a very big way until you feel like it's really ready for prime time.
Yeah, and I'm going to show my age here, Brian, because when I was in high school, our computer courses were all about programming, and the first lesson I learned was garbage in, garbage out, right? And so you got to make sure you just can't, AI, like you said, isn't going to solve everything. You've got to make sure you feed it the right information. Seshu, you get the final word today about AI.
Thanks. So the way I look at it is, again, going back to Jean-Luc, right? As with any technology, you need to actually have better ways of using the technology, and I would call this as responsible AI. From MConnect's perspective, we actually use AI in two ways. One, everybody has been talking about in terms of what we call as generative AI, which is ChatGPT and all those kind of things, ability to come up with review responses or kind of asking customers saying, hey, you have given a 5 stars, would you like to basically come up with this kind of a review based on prior data and all those kind of things. That's the generative AI. ChatGPT basically is one classic example, and you have a lot of other people or other companies which are doing the same thing. That is very useful. Obviously, again, but just depending on ChatGPT itself is not something that we actually would recommend or we actually follow. There is always someone who's actually looking at the particular response and saying, yes, it goes through some kind of a manual intervention, so as to say, right? And the second part of the AI is what we call as the predictive AI, where again, as I said, we as MConnect are actually on the cusp of what we call as a personalization engine, depending upon a lot of data points in terms of how they are interacting with a brand. Are they opening an email? Are they giving 5 stars? Are they ordering big ticket items or highly profitable items and all those kind of things, and create customer segmentation, and based on this customer segmentation come up with personalized offers and all those kind of things. So this is the predictive AI side of things, and obviously we at MConnect basically use both these components. But again, I just want to make sure that what I call as a responsible AI, right now we are not, again, like AI is not completely automation that you just turn it on and you kind of like sip the tea here, not spill the tea, right? You have to basically have the tea in your hand and still keep looking at the monitor to make sure that whatever AI is saying, it makes sense. To a large extent, I would say yes, but again, you need to kind of take that with a pinch of salt or maybe a pinch of sugar in this case to make sure that it is like contextualized both on the generative side and also on the predictive side of things.
Very well said. Thank you, Seshu, and thank you everybody for all our featured guests for their spilling the tea today, and for them sharing their perspectives about what 2024 looks like, and then also about AI. And again, thanks to our RSPA annual sponsors, the Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze, for their support of the association. And thanks again to the sponsors of the niche and startup ISV community for making today's ISV Spill the Tea possible. And finally, want to make sure we see you next year at Retail Now. Save the date again, July 28th through 30th. At the Paris in Las Vegas. And then next month, RSPA Inspire in beautiful Puerto Rico. Make sure you save your register today and book your hotel room so you too can experience networking nirvana. All right, well, thanks again everybody for joining us today. We really appreciate our audience joining us today. Have a great rest of your day. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and goodbye everybody.